shelf. And it has a bottle that comes up and like that.
Are you talking about that $250 bottle?
No, it's not $250. I can't afford to drink whiskey right now.
No, you can't.
Neither. It's 6:50 and I need to call a committee meeting for the Water and Sewer Committee, please. Ricky, will you care to take us through what you're asking for here? please?
No, y'all, I don't know if you remember or not, but we were trying to sell the generator that was at the wastewater plant when they upgraded. And we had actually done, I think, 2 rounds of seal bids on it. We had put a reserve price of like 20,000 on those bids. We got a lot less. So we kept it. We decided to advertise it. So we advertised it through TAUD.org and had no offers. So I had a gentleman that come and looked at it the other day that through word of mouth that we had it. He made an offer of 10,000. We had lowered the reserve to 15. He made an offer of 10,000, which is the best offer we've had so far. So she wanted to ask you if you wanted to just go ahead and drop the reserve down and sell it to him. It's set for 3 years. The longer it sets, the less it's going to be worth. So
Well, I would entertain a motion to lower the reserve on the surplus generator to $10,000.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Ricky.
thank you.
I don't believe there's any other business before the Water and Sewer Committee. And with that, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you.
It's 7 o'clock. We will call to order this regularly scheduled session of the McMinnville City Board of Mayor and Aldermen. The first item on the agenda is roll call.
All the board members are present, Mary Chastain, except for Zach Sutton and Rachel Cook.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is consideration of minutes. Each member of the board should have received those in their agenda packet for this evening. If there be no requests for additions, corrections, or deletions, I will entertain a motion to dispense with those as read.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Stacy Harvey
Second.
and a second by Miss Sally Brock. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Item 3 on the agenda is recognition of visitors. If any member of the audience wishes to address the board in about 2 to 3 minutes, please approach the podium and state your name and address for the record.
My name is Trinidad Ramirez. My address is 74 Three Furthest Lane, McMinnville, Tennessee, 37110. I'm here today to do my civic duty to protect our Constitution. This is just a paper trail necessary to get me to the governor. Pursuant to Article 18 USC Code 4 and USC Code 2382, we are hereby serving you legal notice of felonies that have been committed that you are required to acknowledge. If you fail or refuse to, your act of omission will be construed as aiding and abetting these crimes, and you will be considered a party in these crimes and stripped of your authority/office. And this material will be sent to the federal court for prosecution. Again, you have been given legal notice. We will expect a notice and report by you describing your response within a week. Failure to do this will result in a criminal and civil legal action against you in your personal and corporate capacities. Thank you very much.
Mr. Purtle.
There's a thumb drive in there. There's the paper copy, and it's all leading to this.
It is the thumb drive,
The thumb drive is in there for Mac. And it's a
electronic
PDF.
copy of what the
Yes,
paper shows.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to address the board? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 4, recognition of employees. I see several department heads here this evening. Chair recognizes Chief Mosley.
Hello, I want to talk about our back patrol unit just for a few minutes. Our police department back patrol unit was formed in 2015. It was instituted to form a better way of serving the community during special events and where patrol cars, wasn't practical to use. Officers on the bikes are easily approachable and draw interest to citizens, especially children. Our bikes are mountain bikes suited for police work. We currently have 6. They're equipped with headlights, taillights, and emergency lighting. McMinnville bike officers wear certified bike helmets, high visibility shirts, gloves, and socks. That's the bright yellow stuff you don't see. The bike patrol is utilized during special events and specialized patrols in neighborhood. Our department currently has 6 officers that are specifically trained to utilize the police bikes. To become a certified bike officer, training comes from 2 nationally recognized associations. They are International Police Mountain Bike Association and the Law Enforcement Bike Association. The training, which is 32 to 40 hours, consists of crowd control, ascending and descending stairs, curb jumping, defensive tactics, and firearms training. This past April, Officer Brenton Hickerson and Jay Hutchins attended and successfully passed the International Police Bike Association course in Franklin, Tennessee, conducted by the Franklin Police Department. Lieutenant Mark Mara assisted the Franklin Police Department's bike instructor, and he was evaluated in helping with that instruction so he can potentially move on to obtain his instructor credentials. So I wanted to recognize these officers for going through that. It's not an easy course at all. So,
Did you say ascending stairs? That's pretty impressive.
yeah. Ascending and descending. So it's not just getting on a bike and riding. There's a lot of things they can do with it.
Hey, Chief, do y'all ever do any bike safety classes for kids?
We haven't, so that's probably a good thing that we might look into, doing it, because they really enjoy seeing them on the bikes and things. I think they may have, I don't know, asked you questions, stuff like the Back to the Strip and Autumn Street Fair, is a real good time that we use the bikes, and we have used them at night when we've had a lot of break-ins in certain areas, in neighborhoods too, that they can, not be so.
Sneak up.
There you go. That's all I have.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Anyone else? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 5, communications. Item 5A is a letter from Neil Cox, the McMinnville Breakfast Rotary River Cleanup Chairman, requesting the city's support for the 13th annual river cleanup. They are requesting trash pickup on Monday, July 19th at the drop-off sites that are designated on the enclosed information, following the river cleanup scheduled for Saturday, July 17th. Is anyone here for Rotary? No, I don't think so.
I'm in that.
Okay.
It's the same as it has been, and have you already talked to Neil?
I've been talking to Neil, he's given me the spots.
Okay, it's the same spots that we've always had, and I don't think anything has changed at all, and it's coming up, like you said, on the 17th of July, so I don't know of anything other than, unless he's told you something different.
It's all, so.
Okay,
Well, I entertain a motion to approve the letter.
so we
I have a motion by Mr. Steve Harvey and a second by Mr. Everett Brock. All in favor? Motion passes. Item 5B is a letter from Benjamin Myers, the 2021 Stars and Stripes Fun Run and Walk Event Chair, requesting approval to hold the 40th annual Stars and Stripes Fun Run on July 3rd, 2021 in downtown McMinnville. Chief, have they gotten with you about the route and safety and everything? You're good with it? Okay. Sounds good. Any discussion on that? Questions by the board? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve his letter.
So moved.
Have a motion by Mr. Stacy Harvey,
second.
a second by Mr. Everett Brock. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 6 is petitions. There are none in the agenda packet this evening. Item 7 is unfinished business. Does any member of the board have any unfinished business to discuss this evening?
One thing I'd like, you had said something about the other day about the rec center and what's going to happen. You got sort of a timeline or something that,
Yeah, Scott thinks we could have a soft opening 2 weeks from Monday,
From yesterday or this coming Monday?
from yesterday.
Okay.
So in roughly 2 weeks.
but that would be before we're going to have a grand.
That's right. Yep.
Okay. You don't have any timeline for that?
Not quite yet. I think they'll see how that goes, make any adjustments needed, and then go ahead and schedule that grand opening. They're still getting things arranged and settled right now, so that's about all I know.
Any other unfinished business? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 8, new business. Does any member of the board have any new business to discuss this evening?
Mayor, I do have one thing. I would like to ask, I believe Mr. Ming was appointed in May of 2019. Have we done annual reviews on his performance?
We have done, Libby, are you back there? We've done one.
Okay.
But I think you did one out of, did you do one on your own prior to arriving?
Yeah, there's been 2, and I did, it is time for my 3rd. So, yeah.
So.
To do the
So
number-
yes, I would like to see that done, please.
I have 2 letters this evening. One, the first is regarding The next MES or McMinnville Electric System appointment, Michael Griffith's term is up, and Mr. Rodney Boyd, the chairman or the CEO and president of McMinnville Electric, is asking for him to be reappointed. He's currently the chairperson of a couple of committees for the board, and he also provides valuable financial background for the board as the vice president of Security Federal Bank. And I would entertain a motion for us to reappoint Michael to the MES board for another term.
So moved.
Have a motion by Miss Sally Brock. A second by Mr. Steve Harvey. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. The next is a letter from Katie Kamisis regarding a vacant seat on the Historic Zoning Commission. Earlier this year, Rachel Killebrew resigned from that board, leaving a vacancy, and there are currently only 4 seats of the 5 filled. She has recommended a member of our community, Tanya Scott, to fill that seat. The Historical Zoning Commission is a little different from other boards and committees that we appoint people to because there are certain stipulations that come with each seat. And one is they have to be a sitting city board member. They have to be a member of a historical society, which she is, among a couple of others. But she is a member of the local Daughters of the American Revolution Society. She has a degree in history and up until recently taught history at Covenant Academy. Katie says that she's very preservation minded and involved and interested in the history of McMinnville and Warren County. And Katie feels that she could provide some good insight to that commission. So I don't have any other recommendations. I don't know if any other member of the board wants to feel out some people, but right now, this is what Katie has sent me. I don't know that there's necessarily any rush to fill this seat. So if anybody had any interest in waiting to see if there's any others, we can do that, or we can appoint Miss Scott to the commission and get them a 5th person.
Do they have business in front of them right now that they need the person, that they need the 5th person to break some type of a stalemate?
Mullen, are you aware of anything?
No, I'm not.
Because I mean, the last thing was the sign at Graves Pharmacy that went on for quite a while. But right now, I'm not aware of anything.
I'd like to look at some more.
Okay.
I mean, if there's no big rush about it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I say we just, we
Yeah.
bring it up as you've done, and then we see if we can find someone else
Sure.
that we might look at.
Yeah, so we'll just hold this letter. I'll ask Katie to put out some more feelers and we can, I guess, see if we come up with anything ourselves, and we'll just defer this for a later date. The next item on the agenda is resolutions. Item 9A is resolution number 2132, a resolution to authorize the city of McMinnville, Tennessee to accept the bid from Rogers and Associates Environmental Services for replacement of the landfill methane vents in the estimated amount of $164,489 for the McMinnville Public Works Department. To authorize the city administrator to issue the necessary purchase order on the behalf of the city and to express the time when the resolution becomes effective. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion by Mr. Stacy Harvey, second by Mr. Everett Brock. Any discussion on the matter? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Stacy Harvey,
Yes.
Everett Brock,
Aye.
Sally Brock,
Yes.
Steve Harvey,
Yes.
Mayor Chastain.
Yes, motion passes. Item 10 is ordinances. There are none this evening. Item 11 is departmental reports. We do have several department heads here, so if anyone wishes to address the board, please approach the podium. Chair recognizes Justin Scott of Parks and Rec.
Good evening. I'll be brief. Just want to give an update. The Gilly Pool is open. We have early lap swim going, water aerobics, swim lessons. We had our first pool party last Sunday night, private party that is, and then we had our first swim meet this evening. So everything seems to be going well with it. The weather has been a factor, but we've had swimmers. We've tried to open when we can. McMinnville Youth Baseball and Softball is going well. Again, the weather's been a factor, but Terry's doing a good job keeping the games on and trying to keep the kids safe at the same time. And we are in the Milner Recreation Center. We're excited. We've been staging equipment, setting up our workspaces, training on the usage of our systems and operations, and there's still a lot more to get done, but we're moving forward. So.
Hey, Justin, one thing that I've gotten contacted by several people about, I know we may not know yet the exact hours, but I know that there's electronic access now to the doors. And one thing that people are asking about is extended hours or even like 24-hour access to just the gym, like the workout, the cardio equipment and weight equipment. Is that something that we're going to look at?
I believe so. Before we moved from the mall, we were looking at extending our hours, both opening early and staying open later. We are going to open our wellness center at 6 a.m., even though our facility doesn't open until 8. So the good thing is we can allow people access to that wellness center, that fitness facility, and not have access to the rest of the facility because we do have locker rooms, showers, and restrooms in that area now.
Yeah.
So that's really good. Plus our hours later in the evening staying open. I believe we've looked at maybe 9 p.m. staying open later for the basketball players and those folks to.
Yeah, because that's the point that a lot of people have made is before, I guess, the Civic Center closed about the time most people got off of work and they weren't able to get workouts in and stuff like that. So I guess that's something we can discuss in a Park and Recs meeting later on, but
sure,
I was just curious.
I am too, because us old people get up early and we go to bed real early.
Yeah. Yes. But I know our fire and police are excited. We give them some tours. And of course, I think their shifts usually end at 6, somewhere around there. So they can come straight off shift, come straight there, exercise, go home, get in bed. So.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other department heads wish to address the board?
Kevin wants to talk about some exciting news.
Good evening. We are just thrilled to be back open at the Park Theater. We have found that people are not hesitant about coming out. The first 2 concerts that we've had have been through promoters, rentals. Rhonda Vincent had 325 people in attendance. And the Gene Watson concert in the end of June is basically sold out. They have a few balcony seats left. I also wanted to let you know that we've agreed in terms for 2022 with some country artists. In March, we have David Neal, which is a national recording artist. In May, we have a combined concert with Doug Stone and Terry McBride. And then in November, we have a concert with Keith Anderson. So each of those concerts will have a ticket price of approximately $35. And what we wanted to do is maybe try something new this year, is present them as a package to where you can buy tickets for all 3 concerts at maybe a reduced price of $95. So that way people would be buying tickets a year in advance for some of the concerts. So we're really excited about that. The cost of those 3 concerts is about $21,000 if we just sell the main floor, we're looking at an income of around $35,000 and the balcony would be another $15,000. So potential of $50,000 for $20,000 investment. Also, we have a contract with a national comedian, Jeff Allen, which is really a tremendous, he's probably my favorite catch so far. And he will be in February of 2022. So with those 4 performances combined, those artists have over 1 million followers on just Facebook. So we're really excited about the exposure that we can get. And so we're really excited about 2022. The Kentucky Headhunters we have on October 8th. And T. Graham Brown is September 9th. So those are still 4 months off, and we are fast approaching the break even on those already as well. So we're excited about the concerts that we have coming up, and we think it's going to be a great year, and we're really excited. Any
Excellent. Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
this package started by Mr. Ramirez doesn't appear to me to be a lawsuit or the initiation of a lawsuit, but out of an abundance of caution, I want to give it to the recorder to send to PIP, and if they think there's any need to respond to it, they're our insurer.
Can you give any insight into what that's regards to?
It is about the constitutional challenge to COVID measures that we've all been through.
Okay.
That's not the tell.
Okay.
And I would give this jump drive to somebody. I would put it in a city computer for fear of malware.
Do you have anything to report to the board this evening?
No, except this term reported that the pace setters, deed has been reported and delivered to our own. Just send it to her.
Mr. Main?
I've got two things. We had sewer repair that was made today on Red Road. We had to shut Red Road down for most of the day, but it's done. The road's reopened and the sewer's fixed. That was all done in-house. So that's great. They did a great job on that.
Is this scheduled or is it something like that happen?
We had some problems in that area. TV with our new equipment. We were able to get down how bad that line was. It's about 140 foot section. They replaced it last week. Had it brought in. We actually brought it in. Installed it all. It's all done a good job. Go back and Frank's crew get it patched back.
And the other thing is regarding that Healthy Built Environments grant that we got for recreation needs assessment and Parks and Recreation Master Plan in the amount of $48,000. Got an email from Shannon Velasquez with the state. She's the Built Environment Coordinator of the Office of Primary Prevention that handles those grants. And I'm just going to read the email. Wanted to pass on my congratulations to McMinnville once again for their selection for a Healthy Built Environments grant. These grants were highly competitive and your application was the highest scoring application of all of them. And that's out of 150 applicants. There were 14 winners, and that includes cities such as Memphis and Nashville. So we were the top. I'm pretty proud of that. I'll finish reading this real quick. Katie Kamizis and Kyle Clyde, he's no longer with us, but crafted a very well-constructed, thorough application that showed attention to detail and reflected much thought. Additionally, it was evident in both the application and our meetings after award selection that the city of McMinnville cares much about community engagement and serving their residents. So I thought that was excellent.
What is that money used for now?
It's for a recreation needs assessment and Parks and Recreation Master Plan. So that's all I've got.
Next item on the agenda is announcements. Does any member of the board have any announcements this evening? Council? The first concert for Main Street Live is this Friday night at 7 o'clock. And like Mr. Scott said, we should have the soft opening for the Civic Center or the Recreation Center in 2 weeks with a grand opening to follow. So there is nothing else to come before the board. We will stand adjourned. Thank you all.
Right.